Hey, Aquawaha Boy rocks. I have a second bed at that claim in the Ochocos, so I am going to get back over there and show you some more area. There was an unsafe condition in the pit, so I only had permission to surface collect around the edges, so that's what you'll be seeing. Just some pretty straightforward video. I'm gonna dub it a little bit, show you the area, and then I'm gonna bring you back and show you the eggs, which I think turned out pretty cool. Well, you don't need to see a whole lot of video of me surface collecting out of tailings. This is just across the ravine from the video last week. Lots of broken eggs here to look through. I did find a few interesting things. A few things went in the bag. Little eggs went in the bag, of course. A lot of these will look interesting face cut. And then, of course, got to have a nice piece of conglomerate. I've got something in mind for all of this conglomerate I'm collecting, but that's going to be a separate project at the end of all of this. This is one of the ones I ended up face cutting that looked halfway decent. And this will just about wrap it up for me. That's probably as much of me digging through tailings eggs as you want to see. Alright, so this is the material from the second location. All of this, of course, was surface collecting pretty much. One or two of these was given to me from someone who dug. But we've got some solid agate here. That's a broken egg that the claim owner wouldn't sell, but cutting that will give me a face. I'm going to save these conglomerate types for another video. So even some of these smaller eggs have some stuff in them. This location is known for what they call egg and egg. So I may have some of that going on. I don't really know how that forms, since like air bubble within an air bubble. I'm not sure what would do that. But anyway, got some interesting stuff. I'm going to head over to the saw and cut some of it, and then we'll take a look at it. All right, here's the material that I cut, and I don't know where to start because this is pretty cool material for surface collecting. So this one I actually did not surface collect. This was given to me by someone who had permission to dig. So let's start with this little guy. Not much in the way of agate, but not bad. This one's a little cooler. Got a little pocket there, got some agate. This one was kind of a broken one, so I just faced it and only got half. That's really pretty. So I'm gonna save these two for last. So I think over here. Oh, that's drying out. That needs some water. I've never seen anything like this in an egg, so that's a double. And it's like weird layers in there of rhyolite and agate. It's like weird wavy layers. So that's really cool to me. Oh, what next? This one, this broken egg. And that one's drying out too, so hit that again. The rhyolite on these, the shell is really cool. And in here, looks like you got a little druzy over in here. And these layers, some of these layers of waterline are just so flimsy. I just washed these out with the garden hose a little bit to get the cat litter out of them. And some of it just kind of like flaked right off. I wasn't even using a nozzle, just low pressure garden hose. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's go with this one. Cool. This side you can see some moss there at the bottom. That's kind of neat. So this was a pretty broken egg, but I still think it was definitely worth picking up. And they call these, some of these egg and egg, and you can kind of see that because you can see the pressure ridges here that would have been on the outside of this egg. And then it was in another egg, which most of that one broke off, but anyway. And this is another example of that. This is the one that somebody dug and gave to me. So we've got a Thunderegg here, and then a Thunderegg kind of out here. And got some druzy here that you're probably not going to be able to see very well. I can change the light a little bit. And it may just be wishful thinking, but I think I pick up a little bit of lavender over on this side. They do have amethyst at this location sometimes, but that may just be wishful thinking. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with that batch of eggs for surface collecting. Okay, here's this other egg I wanted to show you. You can see the calcite blades in there. That white stuff I think is similar to the needles from the other side of the ravine there. It's definitely mineralization, not just some kind of coating on the calcite. Look at this other half here. Okay, so other thing I find interesting about these is it's not really a double. You can pretty easily see the, focused here, you can see the two eggs are just kind of joined there. They're not formed together. There's a line where they're just kind of glued together. And okay, my understanding of Thunderegg formation isn't perfect, but this dome here, it's my understanding that that's up, and then on the other side of the egg, that's oriented in the other direction. It might be easier to see it on this one. So I suspect that these may have formed separately in different orientations and then came to be joined together later, or the air bubble flipped 180 degrees at some point. I'm not sure, but it really interests me that the dome side of that cavity is in opposite orientations for the two eggs. So I thought this one was super cool. Sort of like a regular double, and sort of not. Okay, well that was the second bed at a private claim I visited in the Ochocos. Got some cool material. Ended up, some of that being dubbed and all, I ended up digging with somebody else. So I was kind of talking with him and whatnot, so I just left it just shooting video and decided to do the audio later. That was a great example though of the kind of rockhound community. I had seen this guy in someone else's video out in California. I think you may get to meet the dog here that I'm kind of unofficially fostering. Say hi there, Tigger. Say hi, everybody. But anyway, so ended up having a good time digging with him. May go out to his campsite in California and do some digging in a few months. So I will see you next Thunderegg Thursday.